Right, welcome to the stream. Here we go with scenario 4 out of 5 of the League of Extraordinary Investigators Season 3. I am feeling a little out of sorts as I am no longer human. We are in the City of Archives. So here we go. It's just after 10:30 AM on a overcast, bit of a miserable morning here in the UK. And to continue that theme, I'm about to die in someone else's body. Okay, I haven't touched, I can't be bothered to get the bag out, it's the standalone bag. I've already laid everything out, I've randomised the rooms, but I'll do it again on stream just to make sure I haven't predetermined anything. I've chosen that I cooperated with the Yithians, so the Yithian observer is here in the arrival chamber with me, but he is aloof thanks to the agenda, but as a result I start the game with one clue. What I haven't done is shuffle my deck, which is always important, just a little bit. I've only had one practice run. The changes I've made to my deck, I had a massive 4 XP to spend from the last debacle. I say debacle, no, I didn't do too bad. I got 3 pillars on Heart of Elders. Nothing like the 6 that several other people got, but what can you do? I am rubbish. Yes, so I had 4 XP. I already had 1 cornered in my deck, so I bought a second one of those to improve the chances of getting that out, to give me some skill test boosts. I have bought 1, I forgot what it's called, Grizzly Totem, yes, Fanar. I have bought a Grizzly Totem. And I have bought a Yotl. So basically just some some tech for extra pips basically, because Rita, having become a Yithian, has lost her sole advantage in the game of having excellent evade skills. So we are all down to a flat 2 skills, but we can double the pips of one of the cards that we have committed. Thanks to the Yithian's ability. So I'm hoping my my Grizzly Totem comes out for half an hour. Sorry, I've stopped that. To help boost my skill tests, and then Yotl arrives, that's a bonus as well. I desperately need Pete out as well, Peter Sylvester, because I'm already running at 2 mental trauma. However, being a Yithian, I have got a little bit of extra insurance there because Rita was running on 5 sanity, but I'm bumped up to 7 now while I'm a Yithian, so at least I've got a bit of buffer space that I wouldn't normally have had. Right, I think that's enough. And let's just do the encounter deck as well. This has already been shuffled off camera, but I'll do it again now. Hopefully you can see everything alright. I've got a bit of glare here, but that's just a charisma. I'll just pop it under there if you don't need that on show. Right, so yeah, I'm starting with my normal 5 resources. I have 2 mental trauma and I have 1 clue from cooperating. So I now have an aloof Yithian observer. Over here I've made some notes on what I have to do at each of the locations to do the tasks, because I have a terrible memory. My strategy, I think, is to potentially do the library, because that's a book test of 3, do the laboratory, which is an investigation of 2 followed by an evade of 3, do the ROE, which is 2 actions. So I think that's a safe 3, and then anything else is a bonus, but I've just got to make sure I don't forget, like I did in my first, in my test playthrough, that the final act requires you to have 10 cards in hand, and I drew the weakness that stopped you drawing cards. In fact, I drew 2 of the weaknesses there, treacheries that stop you drawing cards, so I was absolutely scuppered. Okay, let's draw our opening hand. Remembering I can't play items. Sharp Vision, Yottle, my Shovel, which I can't play, Perception, and the Bow, which I can't play. So I'm stuck, unable to play items for at least the first agenda, so that's the first 5 turns. So I'm tempted to just ditch those 2. Yottle will be useful for extra pips depending on what's on top of my skill pile. Discard pile. I can't even speak English this morning. I'm a bit fuzzy-headed, so that's probably why I've got a bad feeling about this. Thanks to hay fever, etc, etc. Right. Yeah, I'll keep Yottle, I'll keep Perception. This, I am in a 2 shroud 0 clue location. One of these 2 rooms will have a task I need to do, but that is a 4 fight, which I'm going to struggle to achieve, so I may not even bother. I don't know, let's play by ear. Right, I'll keep those 3. 2 more. Track shoes, can't play them. Hoods. I'm done running. Well, I'm done running might be good with the Ithian's ability. Shuffle these 3 back in. And let's hope Hoods doesn't come back. Come back. Okay, so this is my hand here. The best place to put over here is to show my hand. Can you see that, or is the glare too much? Right, okay. Anyway, so I am here in the interview room. Action 1. I'll move these out of the way because I've got no mouth space. I'm using these glass token things just to map when I've done an action, one of the 6 actions. Right. It seems to have suddenly gone a bit dark. I'm going to shed a little more light on these alien subjects. As I redirect the kitchen lights to the opposite side of the room. Move that chair out the way, get rid of some shadows. I really need some proper lights, but never mind. More important things to spend my money on, like more stuff. Okay. So, after you start your turn in this location, if there's a Yithian enemy here, which there is, I can draw an extra card. And it's a fire axe, so that's 2 items I can't play. So my first action, I'm going to pay 3 and put Yottle into play, however you pronounce him. Right. Second action. There's not really anything to do here. So I will move to the halls. That's my second action. I am in the eastern corridors. Shroud of 3, 1 clue. Now, the thing I've got to remember about Yottle is I double check the skill test timing when I commit a skill card that isn't on my discard pile until step 8 of the skill card test, so I can't use Yottle to boost the card I'm already committing. So my first test then, I have an investigate of 2. I will sharp vision, a bit of an overkill. Or do I save sharp vision for a higher shroud location? I'm going to bunk perception in. I'll commit perception, which is 2 icons. I will use the Yithian's ability to double that, so that's 4. So that's 2 plus 4, that is a 6. 6 on a 3. And I draw, which will tell us how this game is going to go from now on. 6 on a 3. Tablet. Tablet is -3, so that's a pass. So again, I click. Perception is now on my discard pile, which means I could use Yotl on my next test. So my second action I could just advance the act because I have the 2 clues. So I'm going to do that. 2 clues to advance the act. Put the set aside location into play, Great Library, which I believe is here. The laboratory of the Great, well, it's all 5 of them come out anyway, isn't it? Look at that, it's almost as though I prepared it. Choose one of those at random. So I need my dice and put the custodian there. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is a reroll. 3. 1, 2, 3. And as luck would have it, that is the one room I would probably have avoided because it has a fight of 4 to complete that task. Well, I don't know why I'm looking, I've not revealed it yet, have I? Okay. And now, Yithians are no longer aloof. Yeah, I should have thought of that, shouldn't I? So now I need to do at least 3 of these tasks to advance. For my third action, let me get sure I got this right. I moved, I investigated, I do have an action left. I will move again because the Yithian is going to come after me. Or do I just evade? Not evade, do I? Let's try and get a head start on the Yithian. I'm going to head up towards the top. So remember right, the custodian is head of 3. Sorry, book of 3. That's reasonably doable depending on where I am. So I'm going to discard, probably regret this, I'll discard the fire axe now to track shoes. I think I'll discard the track shoes because I'm not going to get as much benefit out of them without my evasion skills. Evade the track shoes to be able to move for free to the halls of Nakotas. Let's copy with Kevlin. And then for my third action, I might really need to reveal that, don't I? Do I grab the clue? I'm trying to remember where the 4 shroud locations are. The ROA is 4. For what it's worth. Yeah, so my third action, I will just move to the laboratory. So just to make sure, I moved, I investigated, I did the free move there, and then for my third action I moved here. So we have 1 clue per investigator here, 2 shroud, And if there are no clues here, I can then test and evade. And I put a little bit of space between me and the Ythian. Okay. Peter is not in play. Hunter enemies move. He is now... Oh, he's not a hunter. I think I'm thinking of... I don't know what I'm thinking of. Well, anyway, I'm up there anyway, and I did want to go up there. So he stays put. No enemies to attack. Nothing to ready. Gain a card and a resource. My card is lucky. Gain a resource. Double check my hand size. My hand size is normal at the moment, so 8, so that's fine. Doom. 1 doom out of 5. And an encounter card. I draw Cruel Interrogations. I cannot take draw actions. I need to get rid of that then. Action 1. So the first thing I need to do, I think, is to test head of 2 to get rid of this. I don't have any head icons I can commit other than the wild card on I'm Done Running. Track shoes is top of my discard pile, so that's no use with the Yurtle. Okay, so action 1, I'll worry about that in a minute. I'll probably regret that, but I'll worry about that later. Let's get the investigation done. It's a shame I discarded track shoes, isn't it? Because otherwise I could have used Yotl to use those perception pips. Never mind. I've got lucky in hand, so let's just do a flat 2 on a 2. And hopefully I don't draw more than a -2. 2 on a 2, skull. -1 or -3 if you have 5 or more cards in your hand. They only have 4, so it's only a -1, so that's a pass. I get a clue. Second action. Do I test and evade? Yes, I do. So second action. I will commit I'm Done Running. Probably overkill. I'll commit I'm Done Running, which gives an evade and a wild card at pip. I will use the Ythian's ability to double that, so that's +2, that's +4, so that puts me on 6. I will exhaust Yotl to add that evade pip there to make it 7. 7 on a 2, complete overkill. Not 2, 7 on a 3. 7 on a 3, -1. So I have activated the device. So that's 2 actions. My third action, I shall move to the Orrery, which is a 4 shroud, 1 clue. Okay. Heal Pete, not in play. Hunter enemies move. We have no hunter enemies, no enemies engaged. Ready cards. Card and a resource. I gain eternal injury. And a resource. Okay, double check my hand size, it's fine. Doom, that flips to 2. And our encounter card is Captive Mind. Test head of 0. Regardless of whether this skill test succeeds or fails, choose and discard all but X cards of your hand. From your hand, and X is your modified skill value for this test. So essentially I want to make sure I pass by 3 so that I don't drop anything. Right, I currently have an evade on top of there. I think I will, oh no I don't, Underrun is there now. But the question mark icons don't count with Yotl's ability. So again, fist and evade, that isn't going to help. I do have lucky in hand. I have no head icons to add. So I'm going to use Yotl's ability to discard 1 card from the top of my deck. It's a flashlight, so that doesn't help either. Okay. Let's see how bad this gets then. Test. My brain is 2. 2 on a 0, and I draw a 0. So I have, so that's 2. I discard all but 2 cards from my hand. And it's by choice. So I'm going to discard the fire axe because I can't use an icon for 3 more turns, so it's just hogging space up in my deck. Okay. Action time. I think I need to spend some actions to get rid of these treacheries. So I'm going to spend 2 actions. Two actions to get rid of internal injury, and then I'm going to try a 3rd action. Get rid of this. So it's a head of 2. 2 on a 2. 0. That's a pass. And just double checking, it says I cannot take draw action, so that wouldn't stop the gain a card and a resource in upkeep, because that is not a draw action. I'm drawing a card, but it's not an action. So that's my interpretation, but anyway, that's gone as well. But that's my turn over. All 3 actions complete. So no progress, but it's taken a couple of shackles off me. No hunter enemies in play. Nothing to ready. Gain a card. It's Peter! And a resource. I don't know what I'm doing. Right. Hand size is fine. Doom goes to 3. And I draw my encounter card, which is Quick Chill. Test head of 4. If you fail, choose and discard an asset you control or take 2 damage. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Probably regret this. I'm going to use Yotl to discard. Okay, so that gives me a head anyway. Unfortunately, Yotl's ability is adding a bonus. It's not counting as a card I am committing, so I can't use the body of a Yithian to double the pips. So I'll be going at 2, 3, 3 on a 4. I could commit Peter to make it 4, 5 on a 4, but I think I'll get more benefit out of Peter by keeping him. I'm going to risk taking the 2 damage. I can always give 1 to Yotl. So 3 on a 4, -3, so I failed. So I take 2 damage thanks to Quick Chill. I will stick 1 on Yotl and 1 on me. Okay, encounter over. Action time. I take 2. Well, first of all I've got to investigate, haven't I? So I'm going to investigate, and I am going to use Sharp Vision. Sharp Vision gains 2 icons because it's a basic test, so that puts it on 3. Using the Yithian's ability to double, make it 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 on a 4. Elder Sign +2, draw a card. Smell of orange. So again, that clue. Sharp vision is committed. I will now take 2 actions to realise what year it is. Okay. Heal Pete, nothing to heal. No hunter enemies in play, no enemies to attack, nothing to ready, card, another Madame Lavache, and a resource. Right, so we're at 5, so we're at 6. My hand size is fine, if it's boosted by 2 while I'm at the OOA anyway. Doom, that flips to 4, we're at 4 out of 5, and an encounter card, Offer of Power. I either draw 2 cards and place 2 Doom, causing the agenda to advance, or take 2 Horror. I think I might just cause it to advance. I can't remember what happens. Yeah, I'm going to take 2 Doom, that puts us to 6, causes the agenda to advance, and then Doom all goes away. So really I've only had to take 1 Doom. Okay, each investigator searches the top 9 cards of his or her deck for up to 2 item assets, draws them, and then shuffles each search deck. So, I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I will take Cornered, and so I've already got Peter in my hand. Flashlight. I think Flashlight's as useful at this. I'll take the Rabbit's Foot. Cornered and the Rabbit's Foot. The deck is feeling worryingly light. And I need to move the Custodian to the location with the most clues on it. And shuffle the encounter discard pile. Let's add to the deck. So I move. Let's do this first. Let's do it in order. So I don't miss anything. Actually, hang on a minute. I'm going to have to redo that. Cornered isn't an item. And Peter Sylvester isn't an item. So it would have to be the Flashlight. So, let me just get the Flashlight back out and then I'll reshuffle and I'll put Cornered back. Flashlight was the only other item I saw. Which is a shame because I really want Cornered. Right. Okay, and then Custodian moves to the location with the most clues. The only location with clues is the Northern Corridors. Okay. Agenda 2A. Little by little, memories of your former life are starting to fade. Hand size is reduced by 2. Right, so that was my encounter card, wasn't it? Right, action 1. Do I head over to the deconstruction room? That's an investigator 3 and then a fighter 4, which I think I will struggle with. Meanwhile, over here, well, I need to get the custodian. I can do that. The custodian is not controlled by a player. Parlay. Test a book of 3. If you succeed, then I take control of him. Right. What to do. Book of 3. I've got sharp vision there, so Yoggle can get that. I've got 2 Madame Branches in hand, and a Peter and a Lucky. So I think I can do this. So I'm going to go 1, 2. Let's move to the custodian. I will then do a parlay test. I will commit Madame Lebranche using the Yithian's ability to double that, so that's 2 pips added, that puts me on 4. I will use Yotl to take that book pip as well, so that puts me to 5. 5 on a 3, and I have Lucky in hand should it all go wrong. 5 on a 3. That's my go done. Nothing to heal on Pete, because he's not in play yet. No Hunter enemies in play. No enemies to attack, because he is just a story asset. Ready cards. Gain a card and a resource. Take heart and a resource. Double check my hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My hand size is reduced by 2, so that is my hand size. Okay. Doing counter. Full interrogations again. I have not interviewed the subject, so I don't take horror. I cannot take draw actions. Right. Okay. Action 1, let's get the custodian again. So I'm going to exhaust Yotl to boot to get an extra 1 from that. That puts me on a 3. I'm going to commit my second Madame Lebranche, I think. Let's think about this. It's a book test, isn't it? Right, let's rewind. First action, I'm going to pay 3 to put Peter into play. Second action, I'll pay 1 to put the rabbit's foot into play. So third action, oh that's Madame Lebranche, she was committed, wasn't she? So third action, let's parlay with the custodian again. So this time I'm exhausting Yotl to use that pip, so again I'm at 2, 3. I'm going to commit Madame Lebranche, doubling it with the abilities, that's 4, 5 on a 3. 5 on a 3, plus 1. I take control of the custodian. Madame Lebranche is now discarded. I'm just putting, no. things to remember now. Okay, so that's 3 tasks complete. So I could, well, as soon as you've done 3, you must advance. Now the Yithian Observer gains Hunter, that's what I was thinking of earlier. Put that here as a reminder of the tasks to do. Right. That was my 3 actions that turn anyway, wasn't it? Because my 3rd action was the Custodian. There was nothing on the Custodian, so I couldn't do it in those clues, was there? No. Okay. Is that right? I think it was. I think that's my 3rd action anyway. Yes, because I put Rabbit's Foot in play, I put Peter into play, and then I had a chat. Right, nothing to heal on Pete. Onto enemy's move, so he now is heading my way. I think what I do now is I head to the library, because that is the one I probably stand the best chance of getting. The towers just gives you an extra, lets you dump your hand and get an extra card. In the deconstruction room, I have to do an investigation of 3 and then a fight of 4. The interview room is a fight of 4. So I think I'll go for the library. I do stand better chances of that one, better chance even of that one. Action 1, I'm going to spend 2. I'm better off spending 2 to equip the flashlight. Yeah, let's spend 2 to equip the flashlight. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? It's not that time of day yet. Put my 2 back. My hand size is fine. 1 doom on the agenda, so that goes to 2, and I draw my encounter card. It is a scientist of Yith, and he spawns at above the laboratory. If we have activated the device, which I believe we have, yes, sorry, I've got a glare on this angle, I can't read these cards properly. So he loses Aloof and gains Hunter. So we've got these 2 are both heading for me at the same time. So I think I really do need to leg it that way, and then hopefully draw cards and escape, maybe with 4. I think that's what I'm going to do anyway. Right. That's my doom and my encounter card. So now it's my first action. So I want to get here. Action 1 move. Revealing this. No, not action 1 move. So a card here I don't really need. No, there isn't. Can't take draw actions as well, so I need to get rid of that as well. So let's test head of 2. My head is currently 3, thanks to Peter. and I have nothing I can commit to it other than a lucky. So let's go with a 3 on a 2 to get rid of cruel interrogations. 3 on a 2. 3 on a 2. 0, I actually passed, wow. So I'll get rid of cruel intentions, whatever it is. That's action 1. Action 2. Ideally, I want to get here as quickly as possible, leaving me enough actions to do the draw and escape routine. So which of these do I want to discard to get the free move? Lucky, take heart or flashlight? I need to investigate the library. No, I don't need to investigate the library, do I? I just have to pay a clue. I'm going to commit the flashlight. I'm going to discard the flashlight to get a free move. Which only puts me one further away from him. So then for my second action, I'm going to move into the library. Should have revealed the halls as well. Maybe I shouldn't discard the flashlight, but never mind. It's too late now, I've done it. So, let me get this straight. I was here. I threw a card away to move here as a free action. Did I play a card for my first? I don't think I did. No, I did. That didn't as my first action. I got rid of that card. I've done my free move, then I've done an actual move, so now I'm on my third turn. So now I will test a book of 3. My book is 2. My book is 3. My book is 3. I will throw commit, take heart. Think this through. I've got 2 cards in hand, I need 10. My hand size is currently 6. I need clues to take the extra draw actions. I have 2 clues, but I'll need to spend one of them here. So am I better off keeping the flashlight and just treating that as a normal move? I think I am. So my turn this turn was to get rid of cruel interrogations and then go move, keeping the flashlight. I've not used the free abilities there. So that's what I'm going to have done. And it will come back to haunt me. So as the scientist moves here, the Lethean observer moves here. No enemies to attack, nothing to ready, card, and a resource. Double check hand size, I am at 4 out of 6. Doom goes to 3. And my encounter card is a locked door attached to the location with the most clues. I cannot investigate it. I have to test, fight to break the door down, or evade to pick the locks. Right, well, Peter can get me to 3. had 2 luckies in hand. Can I play 2 fast cards at the same time in the same play window? I believe you must be able to. Okay, so I need to pick the lock, I think. I'm at 2, 3, evade. Oh, as I start my turn as well, thanks to the custodian, I draw an extra card. Oh, I already done that. No, I haven't. I drew lucky. My extra card is cornered. Okay. But at this stage of the game, I don't want to be discarding cards. I could commit cornered to fight the door. That would put me on, that would give me a bonus of 2. That put me on 4 and a 4. Whereas my evade is 3 on a 4, but then relying on the luckies. I could do a fight of 4 and a 4 to break down the door and then use the luckies if I need to. Oh, I've got a viewer. Hello, viewer. I'm not sure at what point you joined me, but I have 3 out of the 6 tasks completed. I've done the orrery, the laboratory, and the custodian. And I was about to do the one in the Great Library when the door was locked in front of me. Although, that only stops me investigating. I can spend a clue to do the action. Try and find the process. The question is, do I? I have Madame Blanche there, will put me on a, which thanks to Yotl, will put me on a 3 book, and it is a test of 3. I had 2 luckies in hand. I could commit flashlight, which thanks to the Yithian's bonus will give me a +2, or I have the luckies should I need it. I think I'll just rely on the luckies in fact. Let's do this. So, 2, exhaust Yotl to gain the +1 book from the top of my discard pile, Madame Blanche, which is just done. So that puts me on 3. 3 on a 3. 3 on a 3 with a lucky in hand. 2 luckies in hand. 3 on a 3. -1. Failed by 1. I will pay 1 as a fast action to play lucky, which means gets me a +2. So I've gone 3, which is a -1, puts me on 2. 2 on a 3 test. Lucky puts me back up to 4 on a 2 test. So I pass. I have found the process. That puts me on 4. 4 actions. With these 2 homing in, I don't think I'm going to get much more done, because I'm going to be spending my time evading. So my first action there was to find the process. My second action I remember reading the FAQ about this draw action. Is the check on the maximum hand size is at the beginning of the draw, and it is a single draw action. So it's not draw 2 and then if you're over your hand size you get an extra 1. It's if you're over your hand size you draw 3, if not you draw 2. I need 10. I've got 6. I will spend 1 clue to draw 2 cards. It's going to be a weakness, isn't it? 1, 2. So that puts me on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not going to be enough, is it, on this turn? And then the Yithian Observer is going to come in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because if I don't do it this turn, my hand size is going to drop down. No, my hand size is currently 6, so I'm alright, I think. I've revealed the cards now, so I'm going to have to keep them, so I've taken that first. So I have one action left. Shall I just have out the locked door just in case? Just in case I need to. In fact, I'm going to spend 3 for my third action to play this Grizzly Totem in place of the Rabbit's Foot. Then I can boost my skill tests further. That's my third action. Right, nothing to heal on Pete. Hunter enemies move. So the Yithian Observer moves and engages, the Scientist moves here. The Yithian Observer attacks, so I will take 1. And Pete will take t'other. Ready cards. Gain a card and a resource. I gain Waylay and a resource, and because I played Grizzly Totem, I'm still at my maximum hand size. I think I'm going to attack of opportunity my way out of here. So my hand size, yeah, I'm at 6. My hand size is currently 6 because it is only reduced by 2 at this stage in the agenda. Doom goes to 4 out of 7. And my encounter, this is going to be an enemy, isn't it? Oh, Rotting Remains. Test head of 3, and for each point I fail by, take a horror. I have 5 capacity on Yithian. Oh, that would have when did I take that horror on Peter? That was in the enemy phase. So that was after my turn end. So I've got possibly 2 horror that Peter can take as well. I think I'm just going to risk this. Head of 3. Let's use Yotl's ability to discard a card. Yes, that puts me ahead on the top. So that puts me on 2, 3. Like exhaust Yotl to make that 3. So that's now a 3 on a 3 test. I'm not going to commit anything. 3 on a test, 3 on a 3 test. 0. That is amazing. Okay. Action 1. Can I do this? Can I do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I take that action there, spending the clue, I will be drawing 3 cards, so that will only put me on 9. I can do a normal draw action. Oh, start of my turn, Custodian gives me an extra card. This is it. Bugger. Okay, I have hoods engaged with me now and the Yithian Observer. That has kind of ruined my plans. Yithian Observer attacked me on the last go, so I should have discarded a card at random from my hand. I can't remember at which stage I drew which of those cards, so I'm just going to discard one of those to cover that. Next card at random. Go on, let's make it truly random. Let's get the dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 1. It was the flashlight that I faffed around recovering earlier. Okay, so I'm now down to 5 cards in hand. I need clues to be able to do the extra draw, but I also now have these. He's going to come in on the next turn as well. I think I'm stuffed now, aren't I? Let's evade the Yithian Observer if I can. If I can. Peter gets me a +1 evade. I don't really want to be getting rid of my skill, any of my cards, because I'm going to need them, but I'll need clues as well. Urgh. Let's commit resourceful to an evade test on the Yithian Observer. So if I commit resourceful, the Yithian ability gains me a +2 rather than a +1, so that puts me on a 4 evade. Peter makes it 5. In fact, let's rephrase. I exhaust Grizzly Totem. That card, let's start again. I'm committing resourceful. I exhaust Grizzly Totem to double the evade icons on there, so that is now 2. Yithian doubles that card to make it 4. That's 4 on my 2. That's putting me on 6. Peter gives me a +1 as well. That puts me on a 7. 7 on a 3. 7 on a 3. Evade the Yithian. 7 on a 3. Tablet is a -3. That's a pass. So the Yithian Observer is evaded at this location where the locked door is. I have 4 cards in hand. I have 1 action left. No, 2 actions left. That was my first action, wasn't it? That puts me on 4. I can take a normal draw action, which will put me on 5, but I'll be able to take an attack of opportunity off the hoods. So that puts me on 5, which is still not over my limit. My limit. That's now on top of mine. Oh, because the resourceful was successful, I can pull back a survivor card from my hand, from my discard pile. I think I'm going to bring back Belly of the Beast with the thought that the Yith will move in on me on the next turn. I should be able to evade him by more than 2 and gain a clue at my location, which then will give me a clue to spend on advancing. Resourceful is now on top of my discard pile, which gives me 1 of almost every icon as a boost. So for my third action, let me get this right. Or was that my? No, that was the leftover bit of my evading the Yithian Observer. So for my final action, what am I best doing? I have 5 cards in hand. I need 10. So I think if I take a draw action now, I take an attack of opportunity off the hoods. I think I'm going to risk doing that. One of each. I put one of the horrors on Peter. Draw a card. It is the bow. That puts me on 6 cards in hand. Question, I should be alright. I should be alright. So that's my third action. Heal 1 horror off Pete. Hunter enemies move. So he moves in as well. I think this is dear, I've not thought this through, have I? Enemies attack. He doesn't attack because he's exhausted. Right, Hoods does me for 1 of each. So I'll go 1 horror, 1 damage on me, 1 horror on Pete. Scientist does me for 2 physical damage. That's going to put me on 6 out of 7. I'm at 6. My hand will stay at 6 after upkeep because that's my hand limit. I'll get an extra card thanks to the custodian. That'll put me on 7. A single action will put me on the 10. But I have to take an attack of opportunity to do it, but I'll have 3 enemies engaged with me. And as I evade the one that does the worst damage first, if I evade the Yith first, I've already lost track of what damage I've just applied. I did the hoods, the 1 of 1, because I've got 1 on there and 1 on Pete. And I was did I just apply the 2? No, I haven't. No, so now I need to apply the 2 physical damage. So I'm at 4. That becomes 3, 4, 5, 6. So that becomes 6 out of 7. Right, so that's the enemy attacks done. Stop trying to think ahead and just take it. Ready cards. Gain a card and a resource. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm at 7. My hand size is 6. I don't have anything to adjust my hand size, do I? No. So I have to discard a card. I'll discard the great. Oh no. What am I going to be? I'm going to be relying on an evade, aren't I? I will discard the waylay. Maybe I should have used the waylay in that third action. Never mind. Too late now. I used the waylay, so now I have double evade icons on top of my discard pile. Okay, double check hand size. 6 out of 6. That's fine. Doom goes to 5 out of 7, and an encounter card. If this is an enemy, I'm going to give up now. It's not. It's rotting remains. Test head of 3. For each point you fail by, take a horror. At the end of my last turn, did I heal Pete? I don't think I did. Or did I? Only 1 horror was dealt. I think I forgot to heal one of those horrors. Right, test head of 3. For each point you fail by, take a horror. My head is 3. This could be it. 3, 3. Skull is -1, -3 if you have 5 or more cards in hand. So I fail by 3. So I have to take 3 horror. So I will stick 1 on Peter, one on Yotl, and one on me. Right. Oh, and also he's now engaged with me. So I have 3 enemies engaged with me. So attacks of opportunity, I've got 2, 3 attack, physical damage of 4 and 2 horror. Physical damage of 4 and 2 horror. Alright, start of my turn, I get a card thanks to Lithium. So I now have a hand size of 7. So all I need to be able to do is take 1 attack of opportunity to trigger that action using my 1 remaining clue. Can I do it? 1, 2, 3, 4 physical and 2 horror. I can't. 4 physical and 2 horror. I can take 1, 2, I can take 3. I can't take the 4 physical. The 4 physical will kill me. So I need to evade the Scientist of Yith first. My evasion is 2, 3. I will exhaust Yotl to make it 4, 5. 5 on a 1. 5 on a 1, and I draw. Okay. Do it again. Maybe this time it's going to be a 3 on a 1. 2 from me, 1 from Peter. 3 on a 1, -1, that's a pass. So he's evaded at this location. So that's my second action. Question is, for my third action, can I survive 2 attacks of opportunity? So 2 physical, 2 horror. I can do 1 physical and 1 horror on Peter. I can do 1 physical and 1 horror on Yotl. So that would take the 2 attacks of opportunity. I think I can do this. Right. So I will spend a clue to draw 2 cards, taking the attack of opportunity. So 2 physical and 2 horror, that wipes out, because he's got 1 of each spare, he's got 1 of each spare, so that's both the attacks nicely match up to those 2 characters. So they are dead. The attack of opportunity is done. I can carry out the action. I have 7 cards in hand, spending 1 clue to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. That puts me on a hand size of 10. I immediately advance. So there you go, you activate the device, you feel a tugging on your psyche, stretching the consciousness across the ether of time and space. The memories come flooding back. Resolution 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 actions completed. Whew. I'm quite pleased with that. Undoubtedly there will be a couple of mistakes in there, but let's just confirm that for the stream. 1, 2, 3, 4 actions completed. So it's 4 actions. So I got the laboratory, the orrery, the library, and the custodian. And then victory points, I get 1 for the orrery. That's it, is it? 1 victory point. That's really stingy. Okay. 1 XP it is. Unless the weather ocean tells me otherwise. Forgotten age. Help if I look at the right scenario, wouldn't it, eh? City of Archives. Right, 4 tasks were completed. I logged that the process backfired, but we gain a bonus experience, so that's 2 XP. Wow, I didn't think 4 would be that bad. Okay. So that's 2 XP, 4 league points. Right, brilliant. Thank you for watching, all one of you, and anyone who turns up later. I shall stop recording now. Thanks again, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks, or maybe even next week, for the Depths of Yoth, the final scenario of the league. Right, thank you very much.